Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. Welcome to Dalhousie University's Spring Convocation. My name is Kim Brooks. I'm Dalhousie's acting provost and vice president academic, and it's my great pleasure to be able to guide you through today's ceremonies. If you have a cell phone with you, I'll ask you to please turn off the volume, but otherwise all other noises are very much welcome and appreciated. Let me begin by asking Catherine Martin, the Director of Indigenous and Community Engagement at Dalhousie, to deliver the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome.
Kwe, madawaloktiok, ningadalanan malta, and weligiskuk, because it's raining. I'd like to welcome you all to the unceded territory of my ancestors, my family, and myself, and thank our ancestors, especially for the foresight of thinking 7 generations ahead anytime they make decisions in order to make sure that we as the Mi'kmaq continue to live and hunt and fish and gather as we have for 14,000 years, and we will continue till the end of time. I'd like to quickly welcome you all with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Usually we have quite a long welcoming, but this is just to bring us all together as one to celebrate our graduates and all of the work that they've done. And the heartbeat of Mother Earth is the heartbeat of our mother. And when we speak from her language, the first language she gave us, we speak from the heart and we speak the truth. And even if you're not sure, you haven't lived with your mom after you were born, you learned her language while you were in her womb. And the heartbeat of Mother Earth, we pray for her when we drum to bring her back into balance so that the next 7 generations can enjoy what we have enjoyed for thousands and thousands of years. So when I drum, it's bringing us all together as one to focus on the work we have to do today, which is to celebrate the graduates. Yo ya hi he ya hi yo. Thank you, Great Spirit, for thunder in the sky. Thanks for the seasons that are part of life. Thanks for the daytime and for the night. And thanks for the way of your lives. Yo ya hi he ya hi yo. Daho, walaliok, emsit nogama.
Dalhousie University is located in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Lenape. We are all treaty people. There are 3 key components to this statement. The first is the acknowledgement that the land Dalhousie sits on is part of Mi'kmaq, the territory of the Lenape. The second is the acknowledgement of the territory as both ancestral and unceded, recognizing that the peace and friendship treaty signed between the British Crown and the Mi'kmaq did not involve surrender of land. Finally, we are all treaty people reflects that the peace and friendship treaties apply to all parties involved, Indigenous and settler alike. At Dalhousie, we continue to work on and build from these critically important relationships and friendships, and we remain committed to the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Report. We recognize that African Nova Scotians are a distinct people whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched that part of Mi'kmaq known as Nova Scotia for over 400 years. African Nova Scotians came to the province through enslavement or through fleeing enslavement elsewhere. Having resided in the region for over 400 years, African Nova Scotian contributions to Nova Scotia and Canada began over 150 years before Canada became a country. We're thankful to the Indigenous and African Nova Scotian faculty members, staff, students, administrators, and elders who partner with us in developing and enhancing pathways, programs, and admissions guidelines, curriculum, welcoming spaces, and community partnerships. We know that we have much more to do to transform our colonial past to a future of inclusive excellence. In a study published in 2018, 8 researchers who studied, this is the title of the article, Universals and Cultural Diversity in the Expression of Gratitude, which I'm going to translate for you, saying thank you, found, you know, I'm an academic too, and my work, boy, I don't talk to anybody in it. But anyway, here we go. This is what they found, quote, in formal everyday interaction across the world, the general norm is to tacitly acknowledge another's cooperative behavior without explicitly saying thank you, but simply continuing with one's activities, relying on a shared understanding of the goods, service, or support received as part of a system of social rights and duties governing mutual assistance and collaboration. Translation: people around the world do not say thank you. This is perhaps surprising. Among other things, many of our parents or guardians or teachers told us to say thank you. And even though we don't always listen to our parents, sometimes some of us say we listen to evidence. The research is very clear that saying thank you, or more generally cultivating gratitude, facilitates positive emotions, helps you sleep better, reduces pain, enhances empathy, makes you happier, and improves your relationships, whether romantic or platonic. When someone notices we're good at our work, the results are similarly impressive. We're more engaged, we share more information with coworkers and clients, we become more creative, and we're more helpful with the people who express gratitude. And yet there are some studies that suggest the more senior people get in an organization, the less likely they are to say thank you. Graduates, I'd like to say to each of you that one of the real nuisances of your jobs is going to be opening thank you cards and emails. You're going to receive so many thank you emails and cards and texts every day, and people will be telling you that you are awesome, and they'll be giving you specific illustrations of your greatness, and it is going to be exhausting. This might be true for some limited set of workers. Let's say it turns out you're Tina Turner or Douglas Walker, Kenny Rogers, Justice Bertha Wilson, Muhammad Ali, Buffy St. Marie, or Bruce Springsteen. Those people might have to devote hours of their days to opening thank yous. But as you know, because we are alive, the health professions are famously underappreciated and underthanked. So I'm going to take a moment today to offer you our thanks for pursuing fields that are committed to improving the well-being of individuals, families, communities, and populations. And if you are having a bad day, not that I can imagine that will ever happen, I've certainly never had one, but I hear about them. You can email me, and I will remind you of the many reasons I am thankful for the work you are doing, and I suspect that everyone in this room is willing to make the same offer. Call us. We will say thank you. And you will be happier, better rested, more empathetic and creative, and your relationships will flourish. Thank you for centering patient safety and well-being, collaborating with other healthcare professionals in bringing holistic approaches to your work, for seeing your patients as people and not something on your to-do list, for making care more accessible, for understanding that needs vary based on all kinds of personal, community, and demographic variables, for taking time to empower the people you work with or who are your clients, for helping with the management of chronic pain and disease, for encouraging proactive approaches to well-being and health, for knowing that it isn't a single prescription or exercise that will help someone feel well and engaged, but instead it's a network of care and supports and champions over time, for supporting independence and informed decision-making, for listening to patients, for making people's engagement in things that matter in their lives, work, family, and community rich and vital, for staying attentive to the human experience of pain and discomfort and isolation. Thank you for saying thank you to someone else. Also, thank you for taking care of yourselves, for reminding yourselves that you matter and that sometimes the best way to help the world is to go home, make a tea, listen to a podcast, take your dog for a walk, eat an apple, or call a friend who makes you laugh out loud. And thank you for spending time with us at Dalhousie. We are proud of you. We're shortly going to proceed with the presentation of diplomas and degrees, and I want you to feel like it's perfectly acceptable to cheer for your graduates and shout. You can take photographs, you can post them using the hashtag DalGrad if you want to post them on Twitter, and this ceremony is being recorded for folks who are watching at home. Give them a wave. And of course, some of you will want to watch this over and over again, I'm confident. I'm going to introduce you to the rest of the stage platform party who will be participating in these today's celebratory activities. I'll start with Catherine Martin, who you've met, the Director of Indigenous Community Engagement, Scott Bryson, our Chancellor, Dr. Frank Harvey, the Acting President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Brenda Merritt, the Dean of the Faculty of Health, Dr. Valerie Trapp, the Associate Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies, Dr. Judy McDonald, recipient of the President's Award for the Advancement of Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and Accessibility and University Beadle, and Dr. Kyle Wilby, Associate Professor with the Faculty of Health and our Convocation speaker. I'll ask the first row to please take their seats and the rows behind them to please stand, as well as any faculty and staff who are in the audience. These are the people who have been with you on this journey, who I suspect have handed you Kleenexes, maybe virtual Kleenexes, and who have cheered on your successes. Please give them a warm thanks. It's now absolutely a delight to introduce Acting President and Vice Chancellor of Dalhousie University, Dr. Frank Harvey, who will give some welcome remarks.
Chancellor Scott Bryson, VP Academic and Provost Kim Brooks. Kim, thank you for that beautiful speech. Elder Catherine Martin, thank you for that beautiful Mi'kmaq welcome. Your Dean, Dean Brenda Merritt. Family and friends, members of the academic procession, and most importantly, our graduates. It is such an honor for me to be serving as Dalhousie's Acting President and Vice Chancellor, and for me to be joining you today for the celebration of our graduates graduating from the Faculty of Health. I want to acknowledge that we remain deeply concerned about the impact of the fires across the province. We obviously are very hopeful that the rain over the past few days will be continuing to help our firefighters control the crisis. We know evacuation orders are being rescinded. I know I speak on behalf of everyone here and our entire Dalhousie community when I say that our thoughts and prayers are with the families who will continue to face significant hardships as they deal with the damage to their houses and the damage to their properties. We will continue to monitor the situation and facilitate any supports we possibly can to further assist the individuals who remain affected. To our graduates today, congratulations. I suspect many of you are processing a range of different emotions today. For some, maybe some sadness at the thought of leaving Dalhousie and Halifax and many close friends. For others, I suspect you're feeling some joy at the thought of leaving Dalhousie and Halifax and many close friends and starting a new program, possibly a little anxiety for those who aren't quite sure what comes next. Don't worry, you got this, and I'll explain why in a few moments. And I'm sure many of you are feeling immense gratitude for having so many amazing people in your lives, many here today who have supported and loved you along the way. If you're processing a range of different emotions, I hope one of them is pride. And you should be proud of the very hard work that you've completed. You should be acknowledged and formally celebrated for that hard work. And what I'd like to do is review some of the reasons why you should feel pride and why we are so incredibly proud of you. What have you done with your lives? over the past 4 to 5 years, and for others in your graduate programs over the additional years to complete your professional degrees. What have you done beyond specialized programs, subfields, and professional knowledge that you've acquired through our schools of health and human performance, health administration, health science, communication sciences and disorders, nursing, occupational therapy, pharmacy, physiotherapy, social work? What have you done? You've acquired a comprehensive understanding of concepts and principles of health science. You've acquired knowledge of the structures and foundations of human anatomy, physiology, biology, epidemiology, psychology, and sociology, strategies and techniques for tracking and promoting individual and community health through health screenings, health risk assessments, physical exams, collecting medical histories, identifying appropriate interventions and treatments, encouraging healthy behaviors and lifestyles. You understand health organizations and structures and functions related to healthcare counseling models and legal frameworks, healthcare delivery systems and related policies, healthcare financing, social determinants of health, nutrition, physical activity, substance abuse and prevention, and mental health promotion. You've acquired a comprehensive understanding of healthcare policies, public health interventions and their impact, healthcare advocacy and promotion, paths and impediments to healthcare reform. You have expertise in local and global health challenges and related disparities, issues associated with health equity, how cultural factors influence health beliefs, behaviors, and access, patterns, causes, and effects of health-related events in different populations, community health assessments, and disease prevention strategies. You've acquired expertise in technologies to manage health data. You have research skills, knowledge of statistical models, assessment tools, related methodologies, the requirements for designing a health-based research project, how to correctly interpret and present research findings, how to apply data-driven and evidence-based approaches to healthcare assessments, health solutions, treatments, how to communicate results to healthcare professionals, patients, and the public, how to make informed decisions to improve the quality of healthcare. You understand how to collaborate with different healthcare professionals, researchers, policymakers, community stakeholders, all with different and occasionally competing roles and responsibilities. And you've acquired expertise in professional conduct, the different roles and social responsibilities of healthcare professionals, knowledge of professional standards and integrity, ethical principles associated with confidentiality, medical malpractice, cultural competence, informed consent, legal frameworks relevant to ethical dilemmas in healthcare decision-making. And you've spent hundreds of hours in classes, skill-based labs and simulations, successfully completed hundreds of written, oral, and practical exams, completed clinical and practical fieldwork hours within various health settings, many of you supporting frontline COVID workers, COVID-related care despite the risks. And you volunteered to support pandemic-related activities within and beyond the province of Nova Scotia, many supporting COVID testing and vaccination clinics and on-site operations. These are some of the reasons we're celebrating today. You've also spent a good part of your time managing and balancing academic and research commitments and work and family and social lives, dealing with relationships and social pressures, being away from family and friends, managing anxieties about your programs, and you had to do all of this while navigating the global pandemic and the transition to online and hybrid learning and the disorienting effects of a deep sense of isolation. And for many, personal crises and personal losses associated with the pandemic. All of this required extraordinary levels of resilience and perseverance and dedication. Your graduation is essentially the culmination of the skills and the knowledge and the expertise and the passions and the resilience that you developed while completing your respective degrees, and the result of the life choices and the life-altering and life-saving healthcare supports that you've provided to so many very grateful patients. These are the reasons we're celebrating today. These are the reasons your family, your friends, the platform party, all of your profs and staff members, and our entire Dal community are so incredibly proud of you. These are the reasons your hard work deserves to be celebrated and applauded, and these are the reasons you inspire us. Congratulations. Convocation also signifies the transition from being a very successful student to becoming a Dal alumni, joining an international network of over 155,000 Dalhousie graduates who've gone on to make a significant difference in serving their communities across the globe. As a university, we obviously take great pride in the success of our graduates, but we are also fully committed to becoming an even stronger university by building on our promises to our students, our promises to our faculty members and researchers, our promises to our community, and our promises to continue to embrace the principles of equity, diversity, and inclusion. And our ongoing commitment now includes new permanent nurse practitioner seats, increasing from 25 to 40, the development of a new registered nurse prescribing certificate, a new Master's of Nursing stream in mental health and addiction, our new Afrocentric Bachelor of Social Work cohort that will start this fall. We've already had to expand to 35 seats in light of demand. Our health sciences seats have also expanded, doubling our seats in ultrasound, respiratory therapy, and radiological technology, and we've expanded our international nursing collaborations with partnerships in India and the Philippines. We will continue to build on our reputation, continue to build on our legacy so that the value of your degree, the value of what it means to have a degree from Dalhousie continues to appreciate and to expand and to grow over time. This is our promise to and our commitment to our alumni of Dalhousie. So thank you for choosing Dal. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your educational journey. Congratulations on this wonderful achievement. Enjoy the moment. Please stay in touch. Again, congratulations. If I can ask the graduates to please rise. Chancellor Bryson, on behalf of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees on those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to their respective degrees and diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by the Senate. Admito vos ad gradum. Hearty congratulations to all of you from all of us, and go out and make a difference.
I'll now ask Dr. Brenda Merritt, Dean, Faculty of Health, and Dr. Valerie Chapp, Associate Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies, and Logan Robbins, an order and alum from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to present the candidates who are here today receiving degrees.
Chancellor Bryson, I am honored to present to you the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Health who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Pharmacy. Stephanie Jennifer Amry. Lindsay Rose Marie Arsenault, with distinction. Freshte Bagheri. Cassidy Kristen Barker, with distinction. Kathleen Marie Bergen. Maggie Marie Burney. Connor Evan Booker, with distinction. Samantha Bremner, with distinction. Ethan Cole Brewster, with distinction. Taylor Brocklebank. Casey Elizabeth Brown. Jessica Taylor Campbell. Emily Catherine Christie. Kristen Lee Conrad. Massa Cook. Carter Riley Cunningham. Shelby Lynn Suzanne Diel. Annika Julianne Dykerman. Nawal Fatima, with distinction. Morgan Sarah Ellen Fitzgerald. Jose Joanne Gauguin. Hannah Gormley. Mariah Josie Green, with distinction. Leah Joan Gurr. Jonathan Hage, with distinction. Ryan Mark Wayne Hines, with distinction. Nathaniel Eve Joseph Houle. Christopher Van Tong Hum. Ashley Annette Irving, with distinction. Brianna Eileen Laffin. Ashley Dawn Lenahan. Annie Lee. Rachel Mackenzie Lowe. Jolene Mary. Madeline. Claire McLean. Brianna. Them. Jesu Bami. Kenna. Great. Erin Marie. Roberto Mascari with distinction. Abraham Najafi. Merid Nichols with distinction. Edna Cecilia. Mari Bryn Nurse with distinction. Moses Omolo Otieno. Juliana Nicole Blackney Paixão, with distinction. Kajal Rajesh Popat. Richard Irolu Wibami Popoola. Siwen Cho. Emma Jean Ramsey. Sarush Ranai, with distinction. Brooke Nicole Redmond. Madison Rose Roy. Ana Christine Salgado. Tiffany Saman. Corolos Johanna Sawiris, with distinction. Esme Anna Marie Setsky, with distinction. Connor Schaffelberg. Jenna Lynn Shaw, with distinction. Megan Michelle Smith. Clara Mary Swift. Jeffrey Tan. Timothy Trites. Courtney Ann Vino, with distinction. Kareem Tamer Waba. Georgia Catherine Waller, with distinction. Brianna Hope Weigel. Braden Peter White, with distinction. Judy Juhan Yoon, with distinction. Chancellor Bryson, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Science Pharmacy. Chancellor Bryson, I am honored to present to you, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Master of Science. Laura Rita O'Rourke Alcorn, Speech-Language Pathology. Brianna Marie Bennett, Audiology. Olivia Noelle Cadieux, Speech-Language Pathology. Oscar Costa, Speech-Language Pathology. Olivia Catherine Devine, Speech-Language Pathology. Madeline Elizabeth Ann Duffy, Speech-Language Pathology. Alexa Laura L. Curry, Speech-Language Pathology. Aya Elam Rani, Speech-Language Pathology. Chelsea Marie Fenwick, Audiology. Anna Gore, Speech-Language Pathology. Allison Wynn Grogan, Speech-Language Pathology. Lane Elizabeth Ingrata, Speech-Language Pathology. Kelly Michelle Ivy, Audiology. Sarah Jane Keene, Speech-Language Pathology. Jessica Danielle Lake Crossley, Speech-Language Pathology. Haley Shanice Loyek, Speech-Language Pathology. Julia Wells McKinnon, Audiology. Adele Mansour, Audiology. Morgan Gwyneth Manuel, Speech-Language Pathology. Melina Elizabeth Markajon, Human Communications Disorders. Kendall Massier, Audiology. Samantha Meehan, Speech-Language Pathology. Megan Christine Mongeau, Speech-Language Pathology. Erin Alexandra O'Brien, Audiology. Brianna Parker, Speech-Language Pathology. Leah Nicole Patterson, speech language pathology. Oriana Pittman Kane, speech language pathology. Sarah Mae Ripley, human communication disorders. Danielle Ross, audiology. Hannah Rose Stokes, speech language pathology. Matthew James Webb, speech language pathology. Chelsea Elizabeth Wilson, speech language pathology. Rowan Wilson Henkelman, speech language pathology. Chancellor Bryson, this concludes the presentations of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Science. Chancellor Bryson, I am honored to present to you on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate Studies the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Master of Science Physiotherapy. Natalie Arsenault. Samuel Babin. Jason Harold Barnes. David Andrew Bowman, also receiving Master of Science Rehabilitation Research. Kayla Lynn Brace. Eric Thomas Brogan. Caitlin Joan Broussard. Nicholas Alexander Button. Paul Andrew Byrne. Jenny Ann Campbell. Jack Anthony Arthur Chasson. Erin Elizabeth Coughlin. Emily Ann Daly. Rebecca Davies Wilson. Uluwatipe Omide Theromika. Stephanie Erin Foley. Katerina Jergudis. Hannah Brooke Gibbons. Caitlin Melissa Grover. Andrew William Haley. Joe Jr. Hayar. Kyle Stephen William Henderson. Lauren Elizabeth Humby. Allison Nicole Keller. Jenny Lynn Latham. Ashley Nicole LeBlanc. Emily Ann LeBlanc. Jungwoo Lee. Rebecca Charlotte Long. Troy Jesse Thomas McLean. Jamie Ann McNeil. Benjamin Michael McCarthy. Alexander John McNally. Amanda Marie Monk. Donald George Mowat. Gavin Glenn George Noble. Carter Peter Jacob Piercy. Josh Taylor Pike. Kristen Caroline Pike. Kristen Anna Poirier. David Douglas Richards. Richard James Risk. Stephanie Olivia Roberts. Ariel Emily Sevigny. Jillian Laura Staples. Jeremy Ryan Steves. Wei Min Carolyn Tan, also receiving Master of Science in Rehabilitation Research. Connor Alexander Taher. Emily Whitcomb. Madeline Jane White. Catherine Sarah Rose Young. Chancellor Bryson, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Science Physiotherapy.
That concludes the portion of today's ceremonies where we confer degrees, so I'm going to thank Logan Robbins. Graduates, it has been awesome to have applauded each of you as you crossed the stage, and at the same time I got to watch the folks on this side who were cheering you on, looking weepy. This is your chance to say thank you to them. Please stand up and offer them your thanks. Let's offer them thanks like you really mean it. Graduates, please be seated. I'll turn it to you, Dean Merritt.
It is my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Dr. Kyle John Wilby, is an associate professor at the College of Pharmacy and Faculty of Health. He has a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy from the University of Saskatchewan, a postgraduate Doctor of Pharmacy from University of British Columbia, and a PhD in Health Professions Education from Maastricht University in the Netherlands. He has been at Dalhousie University for 2 years and spent the previous 10 years in academic and administrative roles in Qatar and New Zealand. His research interests include 2S LGBTAQI+, health and education, sexual health, and workforce development. He has published over 140 peer-reviewed papers and is the, and is the associate editor for the American Journal of Pharmaceutical Education. He has a cat named Ash, and he's excited to explore the Maritimes this summer. It's with great pleasure I invite Dr. Wilby to address convocation.
It's finally my chance. All right, to the university community, all of their graduates, families, friends, and colleagues, I'm very honored to be speaking to you today. And I'd like you all to join me one more time in giving the class of 2023 such a big round of applause. I think I've clapped so much my hood is a little bit off kilter here, so bear with me. So I started my career here at Dalhousie University and the Faculty Health 2 years ago as I clicked on that Zoom link from my childhood bedroom in Saskatoon because Nova Scotia had a bubble when I was coming back from New Zealand. But even though we've come through those struggles, I've always from that time felt this sense of belonging and pride to the College of Pharmacy, to the Faculty Health, and to Dalhousie University. And as a class of 2023, the pharmacy students, graduates, sitting in front of us today were the first class that I interacted with. I really want to thank you all for bringing that sense of community to me. You've been a major part of my journey, and I'm thrilled that we're able to be here together to celebrate all of your success from all of your programs. Now, I think all the pharmacy graduates and Associate Dean Dr. Sean Bowe expect me to launch into many Taylor Swift references. I might just do just one. But I'm going to take a bit of a different approach. When I was preparing for this speech, I really wanted to look back, but also look forward to see where you're going to be in the next 15 years. And I say 15 years because 15 years ago, I graduated from the University of Saskatchewan with my Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy. And that does mean now that I'm part of the reunion clubs, but my trick is just keep collecting doctorate degrees, and then you can be a 10-year reunion and still feel young. Thanks for laughing. I usually have to prompt students to laugh at my jokes. When I look back at those 15 years, I hardly recognize myself in a good way, and also I hardly recognize healthcare. We have gained so much knowledge, so many skills, we've embraced technology, and we now understand truly what it means to collaborate as healthcare professionals. I was told multiple times during my career that you're only the smartest when you graduate, because that's when you've got all the knowledge inside your mind. And that was a little bit unsettling when there's whole things like insecurities and imposter syndrome as we enter the workforce. But I argue that that's incorrect. I argue that it's the experiences that you have, those patient interactions that you engage in, that really what advance you and make you that smart healthcare professional that you all will be. Now, as I project into the next 15 years, when one of you, or many of you, may be standing in my place, depending on where you end up within your careers, I actually feel a major sense of calm and confidence because I know that this new generation is a generation that is going to take the healthcare system forward. 15 years ago, we were not discussing concepts such as system change, structural racism, systemic discrimination, 2S LGBTAQI+ health. These conversations that we've had in your classrooms, where you've engaged, you've provided feedback, you've been able to challenge your thinking, make me believe that you are the healthcare professionals that are going to drive this change in the future. Change that is necessary for our patients, our communities, and our society as a whole. Now, before I send you off and let you start that journey, I want to give you a few pieces of advice. The first one is that you need to celebrate the wins. As was mentioned earlier, you might have a bad day, but that's okay, because you're going to encounter patients or students or research subjects that are going to give you those small wins, no matter how small they are, that are going to drive you through and propel your career forward. I think back to my clinical rotation at Regina General Hospital 15 years ago, and I had one patient where I simply changed the dosage form of their medications from tablets to a transdermal patch for pain control. Didn't think anything of it, but came back on after the weekend and received such positive feedback and appreciation for that patient. And after treating thousands of patients now, that still is remembering in my mind because it was such a powerful impact. And please don't lose sight of the impacts you make on patients that you will forever be grateful for. Secondly, I want to challenge you. As you move into your careers, I want to challenge you to think about things differently, to challenge your knowledge, and to challenge your decision making. Be open to discovering new or alternative interventions that may contraindicate or contradict what you know and what you've learned. The greatest learning point in my career to date is you don't know what you don't know. And I think that's really true. And while it takes a great healthcare professional to know therapeutics or know the right interventions to make for their patients, no matter what profession you're working within, I argue it takes a greater healthcare professional to think critically about the care that you provide and to be open to change. And so I do have to tell you a story about how this resonates and how I think was my first experience of learning you don't know what you don't know. So I'm going to take you back to Saskatchewan when I was an aspiring healthcare professional when I was 7 years old, and I was out on a lake with my dad, canoeing and fishing, and my mom was on the beach. And I wasn't really athletic when I was a kid, and so it was really shocking when I was the one that pulled a fish in. And it's funny because my dad says it was a minnow, but I argue it was just like a little bit bigger than a minnow. And I did what any concealing gay child in Saskatchewan would do at that time. I looked at that fish, befriended it, and said, I want to go show my mom. And I asked my dad what type of fish it was. He said it was a jackfish, and so I named it Jack. They didn't hire me for my creativity. And my dad, for some reason, said, okay, I'm going to get you back to the beach so we can show mom. And so I thought, okay, Jack might struggle. I need to keep him alive on the way back to the beach. And so I did everything I could. I dunked him in the water. I made sure he looked okay. And then ER was a TV show in the 90s around this time. And so I thought, you know what? I think Jack needs CPR. So I looked Jack face to face, lips to lips, and yes, we did full out mouth to mouth. But I didn't stop there. I flipped him over, and with his rapidly beating heart, went to the tune of staying alive. It's okay, you can laugh. And it wasn't really until 5 years later, when I was in Saskatoon public schools, I'm not sure what grade, and I was learning about kingdoms and phylums and all those things we learn about, respiration, and I had that, Jack didn't breathe through his mouth. And Jack's heart was working. And so my savior, that I thought that I was the hero, came crashing down. But that's okay, because really it comes back to that point of we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes as we're learning, as we move into the healthcare workforce and we encounter patients and we encounter situations, we need to challenge our beliefs because we are learning as we go. And I really encourage you as you walk out of this auditorium and start your careers to remember Jack and to remember that we are open to change. The last point I want to leave you with is really something that's a bit personal and going to be a bit different for all of us, but it's really to try to bring authenticity to the work that you do and to the relationships that you develop. This isn't easy, especially at the beginning of your career, and again, will be different for each and every one of us, but being self-aware and embracing your personal values and bringing those into your work and into your life can help you find passion and can help you find fulfillment. When I think back to that 15 years ago when I was sitting in similar seats in the University of Saskatchewan as a concealed 22-year-old gay new pharmacist, I never thought I'd be standing up here giving the speech and also leading education and research into us LGBTQ+ health. And while that might look different for you depending on your own experiences and your identities, it really is the awareness of those values and how we bring them to the work that we do and the relationships that we develop that will create positive impacts on both your personal and professional growth. So now I would typically leave you by saying, you're on your own, kid. I told you it was coming. But as we all know, that's not the case. And as you exit the auditorium today, you have the whole Dalhousie and Faculty of Health community behind you. And I believe I speak for all faculty and staff today when I say that we're very excited to see and hear about all the wonderful and amazing things you're going to accomplish as Dal alumni. Congratulations, and thank you.
Friends, I love asking people to rise and then sit back down. I'm gonna ask you to rise briefly. This is our opportunity to thank the Dalhousie Arts Center staff, both at the front and the back of the house and on backstage, for helping us through what has now been 18, almost 19 convocations. Please be seated, but don't get comfortable. We're coming to a close of this portion of the celebrations of your graduation. Graduates, as you leave the auditorium, you'll find a member of the Alumni Association there, and they will give you a Dalhousie pin. I hope you wear it with pride, and when you look at it, I hope you remember the love and celebration today. I'm gonna ask Chloe Dion, a Dalhousie Voice student, to join me. Following the singing of O Canada, you'll hear the Mi'kmaq Honor Song, and I want to thank George Paul for permission to play the honor song as we leave the auditorium at the end of each ceremony. I'll now ask you to please stand for the singing of O Canada. I told you it was brief. When we're finished with the singing of O Canada, we will exit the platform party will exit the auditorium and look forward to seeing you in the space just outside.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Give me the diminish, don't delio no thing. Nigga much good, my we done it. Give me the diminish, don't what a big soul thing. Nigga much good. Abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, dan gisuk eliga haluk sigu ulau si amo we aheu we yo we ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha. Much good, my we done it. Give me the diminish, done what a big soul did. Nigga much good, abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, dan gisuk teligalu. Ulau si amo we aheu we yo we ha yo yo we yo he yo he ha ya we 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 yo he ha ya Nigamachtot Mawidanet. Get me dead and down where I beg so deep. Nigamachtot Abahon Madutinet. Hey, Abahon Madutinet. Dan Giso Keliga Luk Sigo Ulav Fit Amo Wea Heo Weo We Haya Ya Weo Heo We Haya Weo He Haya Ya Weo He Haya Weo He Haya Weo He Haya Ya Weo He Haya Heo Weo We Haya Ya Weo Heo We Haya Weo He Haya Ya Weo He Haya Weo He Haya Weo He Haya Ya Weo He Haya Heo Get me dead in my net Don Delio no day Nigamach Tod Maui Danet Get me dead in my net Don what I beg so dear Nigamach Tod Abahon Madutinet Abahon Madutinet Dan Gisul Teliga Luk Sigo Ulav Fit Amo Wea Heo